Marshall here with this week's Sanity Check. This week we're going to check in with ownership. Ownership is one of the fundamentals I teach with my Badass You courses and with my one-on-one clients. Ownership is all about understanding what is ours and what isn't when it comes to relationships, when it comes to anything in real life, but specifically relationships. The idea here is when we come from a codependent background, we are typically involved in an entanglement about who is responsible for what. The codependent believes they're responsible for the other person's actions, choices, feelings, and desires. They believe they're responsible for the creation of those things, the fulfillment of those things, the management of those things. And this is a violation of personal autonomy. What personal autonomy is the idea that your feelings, your choices, your actions, your desires, your body, your time, your money, all of that, is actually autonomous from everything else. It's separate and sovereign or self-governed from everything else. This really means is that our desires, our actions, choices, and feelings are self-generated. So I have a feeling in response to somebody doing a thing. Let's say it's happiness and the guy next to me is angry. That displays autonomy emotionally. I'm sure you've experienced that. You have seen that you would handle a situation differently than somebody else is handling it. That indicates that our programming is what creates our emotional results, our desires, choices, and actions. That the person doing the thing that we're reacting to is not actually the cause, but our programming is the cause. So in codependent relationships, we've confused this. Typically in codependent relationships, we're dealing with a narcissist who forces us to violate their boundaries and ours so they can control us. Okay? So to restore our fidelity, our integrity as a person, we need to step back and analyze what's really going on. We can do that very easily. There's 4 questions that come with ownership. Who did the feeling? So who felt the emotion? Who made the choice? Who did the action? Who had the desire? When we can identify that was them or me, them or me, them or me, then we know who is responsible for the management of that thing. That's it. So this is designed to help you begin to realize that when you feel responsible for someone else's feelings, like I hurt them, that is not true. They felt hurt by your action, and now you can empathize with it rather than personalizing it and making it a part of you. When we do that, we're actually disrespecting the personal autonomy, the emotional sovereignty of that other person. And it traps us from being able to properly empathize and bid for correction or apology with it. If I make something personal about me, it's no longer about them. And to really heal emotionally and avoid a trauma, avoid abuse, avoid neglect emotionally, we need to respect what they feel. So we can approach it from this angle. I see you're upset about this, and I feel really sad that my decision impacted you that way. I care about how you feel, and let's talk about what we can do here to help change this. Now, sometimes we're going to have to make decisions that hurt people anyway, and are actually healthy decisions. So a healthy decision is not necessarily contingent on whether someone else is hurt by it or not. It's contingent on how it expands us into what is love for us. It's honesty. So if we're like dating someone and we're not into them, declining further dates or rejecting the relationship is necessary. That's a loving act, because if you continue to play into it, you're manipulating the other person. You're trapping yourself in that experience and you're deceiving them. That's not loving. Plus, they don't get to have the relationship they're looking for, and you don't either. It's a very selfish act. So let's be honest. This isn't working. I need something different. I'm sorry. I know this hurts, and I'm sorry it does. And it's over. It's done. Okay? Where really applying ownership and understanding that that person's feelings, choices, actions, and desires are theirs alone, we can step back and say, okay, I'm going to let them do what they do because that's loving and respectful to them. As you can see, I'm a little animated about it because people refuse to understand this or apply it. It's a scary thing to do. It's not easy, but it's our focal point of power. It gets us back to a proper relationship with ourselves and with them. And from there, we can make the changes necessary in our lives so that we have happy relationships, so that we have careers we enjoy, so we enjoy our lives. Right? If you want more information on expanding your world this way, check out Badass You. The 10 Laws course teaches you how to relate to the world from a place of power, a place of personal sovereignty, and from curiosity and the ability to build relationships that organically work. So you don't have to fight for it all the time. You get to be loved, and they get to be loved, and it's a lot easier, it's a lot happier, and it's fulfilling. Okay? So I put the link above or below, depending on where this is at, Facebook or YouTube. Thank you guys for being a part of my world this day and for the last several years that I've been doing these videos. I invite you to check in and see what you're owning that isn't yours, take back what is, and start asking proactively for what you want and start respecting the autonomy of others. Okay? Thank you guys. We'll talk next week. Have a great week. Have a great day.